It's still happy hour with John Gaskins, so go ahead, have another.
You can't have a Missouri Valley Football Conference Media Day without the returning Walter Camp Player of the Year, or Walter Payton Player of the Year, and if indeed that guy is back in the Missouri Valley Football Conference for the same team he was quarterbacking for last year. Beau Brungard from Youngstown State. I had it written down last night, miles and miles and miles of yardage through the air, on the ground, and, the Heisman Trophy winner of the FCS. To be honest, I can't believe you're here. I can't believe you're at Youngstown State until I found out that you're from the Youngstown area.
I am.
How much, I mean, can you believe you're here? A lot of people can't believe you're here. A lot of people would think you'd be somewhere in the Big Ten probably right now.
Yeah, to a lot of people it definitely seems crazy. Even to most of my friends back home, they're wondering, why didn't you leave? But a lot of things went into it, and first and foremost is my faith. And a lot of prayer went into that, and I just felt the Lord was leading me to stay home, stay in Youngstown. A lot of the values that went along with staying, loyalty, a lot of the promises I had made, and we haven't reached the goals that we set yet. So I just wanted to stay loyal and achieve what we set out to achieve when I was a freshman. So.
Yeah. What's it like growing up in Youngstown, which from the outside appears to be like an Ohio version of a Friday Night Lights, Texas kind of town, just with both high school and college football? It seems like a very football-oriented community.
Definitely. There's a couple things you need to know about Youngstown. A lot of good Italian food.
Yes.
And football's a big deal there. My dad played at YSU in the 90s, and it's just a football town, and people love football there. So high school football games, YSU games, it's just a big deal. And so I like being in places where, football is valued and there's that excitement around the game. And so growing up, it meant a lot, and it still does. Yeah. So, that's why I love Youngstown, and it really is home for me.
Dad was a quarterback at Youngstown State during some good teams. A guy named Jim Tressel was the head coach there before he was at Ohio State. A couple national championships. So what was it like being the son of I'm guessing, a well-known football hero in a big football town like that?
Yeah, believe it or not, my dad really doesn't like to talk about it a whole lot. Yeah. I think he does a great job of not letting his success become a pressure on me. Yeah. Or, I always asked him as a kid to please tell me more stories. I want to learn more about this. But you kind of hear it from a distance from other people. The tradition and the winning, heritage that YSU has had in the past. And that's something, when choosing my school out of high school, that was a big part of me choosing YSU, is wanting to be a part of that and wanting to carry on that, that history and that my dad had. But, it certainly is special to me.
He was a quarterback. Is it something you right away clung to, you wanted to do? Did he encourage it with you? What made you decide to just go after, play the same position he was a really good player at?
Yeah, so he obviously was really good at it, and so when I would pick up the football in the front yard as a kid, I just wanted to be like him.
Yeah.
And so, my brothers would always try to catch me, and I'd run around, and then, I just chucked the football, and I started to realize that I can throw the ball pretty well. And so there really wasn't any other position that I clung to. I was always just a quarterback. That's just always how it's been.
How many brothers do you have?
2 older brothers and a younger sister. No, my oldest brother was a quarterback, and then my second oldest brother, he was my center in high school. Yeah. So protected me.
At what point, can you take me back to a moment, a practice, a game, youth football, maybe high school, I'm guessing sooner than that, where you could figure it out since that's what you always wanted to do? Like, I can sling it. I might have a future here. Was there an aha moment?
Yeah. So when I was young, I played flag football, and I attribute a lot of that to my success today. Just the fundamental building blocks of what that taught me. But this was competitive flag football. We traveled around the country, and I had so much fun doing that. But playing against teams from Florida, California, Texas, when I'm 8 or 9 years old, that really showed me that I'm competing against the best of the best when I'm just that age. And so I think that gave me a lot of confidence growing up.
Like, can you drop some names? Were there so many famous players that you remember playing against?
I'm pretty sure there was, but at that age, I'm just
you don't know who these guys are.
I don't know. I'm just having fun.
Yeah, but that had to be something. And so when you were in high school, your career record was like 38-4 in high school. So you're on a good team. You're obviously playing really well. Who's all talking to you? Who besides Youngstown State was going after you to play college football?
Well, to be honest, there were a couple schools talking to me and had interest in me, but my only real offer was YSU, which really surprised me. I got my YSU offer as a sophomore in high school, and then I'm like, all right, now it's going to blow up. I'm going to get all these offers, and nobody offered me.
Do you have a theory? Were you told?
I'm not sure. I mean, I was always told I'm just a little too small, arm wasn't strong enough.
Yeah.
You should probably go play safety or running back or something like that. But Coach Phillips and the coaches at YSU had confidence in me.
Yeah.
And it really made my decision easy. My only offer, the only place I really wanted to go.
Yeah.
So it was very clear the Lord was leading me to go to YSU.
Well, so you mentioned this, because you're 6 feet tall, which a lot of people like me would love to be that tall. But I mean, how have you? Clearly, the performances, the highlights, the stats show how well you can play that position. But how have you done it? How do you overcome those shortcomings that people told you about, or that disallowed you to play at a higher level? How do you harness that? What has made you so successful to this point? Besides your teammates, play the guys that block for you, catch for you, all that.
Right. I think height at the quarterback position, obviously it's important, but I think it's a overhyped thing for quarterbacks. You look at guys like Drew Brees, Kyler Murray, all these guys, even Baker Mayfield. These guys are, around my height, and the success they're able to have. Looking at guys like that, really gives me a lot of confidence that I can do it. And then just my ability to run and escape the pocket, to use my legs. I think that's probably one of my strengths that, catapults me to be able to have the success I have is, when things break down, just making a play and escaping when you have to.
I was going to say that who are your guys, but it sounds like those are your guys, like your favorite quarterbacks?
Growing up, Drew Brees has always been one of my favorites for his his size and stature and what he's accomplished. As a kid, I've always liked him.
Last year, you guys were playing in so many shootout games. I mean, high-scoring shootout games, so you had to just be on top of it all the time. You didn't win all of them. But what's it like to go through that? That has to be an incredible adrenaline rush, just knowing that we got to keep outscoring the other team. It's going to come down to you a lot of the time late in the game.
It is, and it's an emotional roller coaster up and down, but it really is exciting, and it teaches you a lot being in those close games. I would much rather that than just having blowouts, so I enjoy them.
Good luck this season, and hopefully we'll talk to you down the road. Appreciate
Thank you
your
very
time.
much. Thanks for having me.
Beau Brungard, Youngstown State, here on Happy Hour.